Hello folks, I'm Colonel Failure and this is A Train 9 version 4. For the last couple of episodes we've been just getting the ball rolling with a lot of road-based activity and trying to get a couple of towns up to the point where we can realistically perhaps make some cash from the innocent civilians that reside in these parts. So we're looking at our second town here. I'll zoom out. I'm starting with the same format I used last time. I hope you don't mind. But yeah, we'll zoom out in a second. I'll show you exactly what's going on. But as you can see, it has started to grow and grow in a reasonably sufficient fashion. Look at those two mighty solar plants we've got going on there. And they're one of the success stories so far. In fact, they're always the success story in this game. Because they like to make a bit of cash. You're not going to go broke selling power. That much is relatively certain. So once we get back to the depot here, I figured we'd drive all the way there. We'll zoom out and have a quick look around. So the goal today is to get our first passenger train running smoothly. There we go. I think we're probably no. It's just the rain that makes it look a bit dingy. We'll be off and running again. There we go. See, off to the races. Right. Enough of this. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so this lot here should seem fairly familiar. I have put in some additional power. The 20,000 we were supplying before is not sufficient, and I had to destroy one, which cost me 10 million quid, which was lovely, just in order to get this road going through. And that road we've put out because the AI has been a busy boy and is backfilling nicely our original town zone area conurbation. I don't know what you want to call it. Pick a phrase that sounds good and we'll go with that. So we're definitely at the point now where this town particularly will make enough cash to warrant having a train service. And meanwhile, here is the new area. Hasn't it expanded well? I fixed the ramp on this bridge. Pretty straightforward stuff. Just deleted out a bit more. It's not flawless, but it's good enough. And as you can see, we've got enough going on everywhere that I think we should buy a train. Now, it's not a cheap purchase, but as you can see, my balance is fairly buoyant, and that's as much down to the fact that I sold up a lot of the shares that I'd been holding. I've since bought some more, and I'll continue to do so. My goal is to never drop below 1 billion in terms of accessible cash at a given moment. Just purely so that I don't get stung too heavily by the game's booby trap, and that is taxation. Tax can bite you in the backside incredibly hard and fast. That's how it will bite you. Anyway, let's train it up, shall we? Let's get something rolling. Okay, right. Well, let's have a look. We've got these commuter trains. What have we got? Now, there's no sense in scrimping on these things. Look at this little cutesy poo little thing here. Train configuration 1. What's train configuration 5? There's more coaches. I want something that'll carry a fair chunk of passengers. The speed doesn't really matter at this point because it's not going to go very far. 115. Underground train. Fun. I could play with that a little later. Limited Express. There really are a lot of trains to choose from now. I don't know. That only carry 264, which isn't dramatic. When running effectively, I would hope to be carting a couple of thousand people on board a single train. So look at what it's considered passenger is. What's Super Express? We can't buy that's oh, you got to plan for a bullet train. And that's fine. I hadn't intended to buy it. Yeah, I know I don't want to buy it. I'm just looking at them. We could even go Steam, should we choose to. Okay, they're a little on the slow side for my taste. Let's just get... do I want to put a bus on rails? That's a little bit more swanky looking. 20 million quid gets me one of those. We can probably go up to a 6, maybe. Yeah, it's 1,000 passengers. Nice. My platform should easily be long enough. In fact, let's go longer still and see if it'll fit. Right, we'll do it. Now, I'm only going to run one train, and it's basically going to shuttle between the two platforms that we've got so far, the two stations that we've got. There you go. That fits lovely. And the trick to getting trains running effectively is to drop them outside the station and then put your timetable assistant on. Now, this is not the plan that we're going to have eventually. Eventually it will be somewhat more sophisticated than this. But right now, as we're shuttling back and forth, we will go daily, but we will do so at in such a way that ensures that we maximize our profits. Action mode. We'll go departure time with this. We'll set off at 7:30 a.m. and I think we'll do something relatively dramatic, and we'll stop for what do we think? An hour. We'll stop for an hour each time. Last train of the day, 9 o'clock. Let's see how that pans out. Right, 11 p.m. now. So obviously we're going to want to timetable it past the points. So let's just move forward to 7 a.m. The other thing that I've changed is I've changed the max speed that the game will do, so it will now go 3 times as fast. I won't do that while I'm recording, purely because doing so it's like having a disco coming out of your monitor, and we don't need that. Right, here we go, into the station, and now, we have 2 choices here. We can either make it so that this follows the same path as the other one, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make it stop for an hour. So it doesn't matter what time of day or night it is at this side of things. It is always going to leave after an hour's wait and head back in the direction of home, which basically means that it will... you fool. Yeah. Go on, turn around. Right, I'm going to have to wait for it to come back. Annoying. I could turn it around manually, but I'm not going to. Now, what I should have done there, should have set it into reverse. I'm sure you spotted that. Right, here we go. See? Direction, reverse. And so this is going to run on multiple occasions throughout the day, but the goal is that I'll have a kind of a primary start and stop point for all these things, a terminus, if you will, where I will set multiple trains in motion at the start of the day, timetabling everything up very closely to ensure that we get maximum bang for buck from all of them. You will see. I imagine we're probably a good 5-10 episodes away from this actually happening, but it should be a glorious, glorious thing to behold. Okay, let's have a look. 469 on board. Enough to make a profit. Yeah. I like it. Coming back in the other direction, what are we talking? 2,000 on board. Nice. Okay, so that one train is going to make us good cash. Now, what I could do, which would also make me good cash, is I could run the same thing in the opposite direction. So the same first service of the day, hour stop at each end, and and they'll never both be in the same station at the same time. Maybe that's something worth pondering. I shall ponder it a little further. Anyway, we've got this city's on the go. No, it's a city. It's barely larger than a village. It is, it's progressing, and the presence of passengers doesn't seem to have a dramatic effect. Maybe it encourages a little bit more growth, but to be honest, the AI is doing a fine job on its own of getting some growth going. The only thing it does seem a little reticent about building is new roads. And then what it does is it will block in every single road with houses and offices and the rest of it, and then it won't have anywhere to build any roads, which is why building your own roads to start with is a useful thing to do. Stone me, we're out. How are we out of resources? That I find that a little hard to believe. Crikey. No. Some enterprising individual will have just bought up all of the goods that we had here. At least that's my thinking. And it is Monday, so we have just come out of the weekend. All right, fair enough. Cool, right. What's next? Okay, so next up, we expand again. You have to be a little careful about expanding too rapidly, but as you can tell, we're already making good money off this new train we've got going on here. But an important thing to remember is that the train alone, so it almost doesn't matter how many services you're running. Actually, that's a bit of an exaggeration. If you've got enough built up, you can probably make a good shake of cash by going trains only. See, only 464 coming this way. Going back in the other direction, it will have a monster on board. Show me. 2,000. Yeah, lovely. Okay, right. Where do I want to go next? We could do something dramatic out of here. I fancy the idea of using this tunnel. So let's have a think. Where do I want to end up? This looks like a nice big-ish sort of area, but equally, I've split off a second track here, so we've got choices. I think what I'll end up doing is bringing this one round and then filtering it out through there, while this chap here heads out in this direction. Now, the original station that I've got is not intended to be the kind of the focus of the entire network. Oh, that's fun. All right, let's do that. Yeah. See, it's sometimes the auto elevation system works in your favour. So I need to go straight for long enough to get it back down, and then we'll spin round. I don't know, this way. Actually, this isn't a bad place for a terminal. Other than it being, where are we geographically? Let's have a quick look. You see, I can't zoom out any more than that. Let's give me the big map here. Right. Okay. So I've just pulled across to this middle section here, which does seem to have a fair slew of flat land on which I could build. It's kind of cute that you've got, you can see the stuff that you've already got running. Yeah. No, I think I'd rather be in a slightly more financially secure position before we get carried away. But this section does look like it might have a little bit more possibility as far as routes are concerned. So if I were to put a station in here, I'll make this a 4-tracker. Is a 4-tracker going to be excessive at this stage of proceedings? Let's make this one a little bit more presentable. Right. No, you don't want it in such a way that it's going to make it impossible to expand out of. That's probably the most promising. Okay. 52 million for that. That's that's not to be sniffed at. Okay, right. I'm going to pull you in on this second track here, I think. There we go. And then with this first one, I'm gonna sling you around in that direction. And again, you know, I'm getting these set up early so that come on, you know you feel like it. The only thing I haven't got room for there is any points of any description, so there will be no track switching going on. That's all right. There we go. Let's just leave that going up there. And then with these two fellas, I think we'll try and get these ones to stick together, and we'll do something that resembles a main line, perhaps. Actually, let's snap them together. You know, as with Train Fever, the important thing to do is to snap your tracks together, because that's what enables you to do points and other useful items. It's a bit murky up there right now. Take you off that way. Well, let's just take it out over here. I just want enough space to be able to get roads going. I've no idea where these are going, you know, and we'll figure it out in the fullness of time. But right now we're building for the sake of it. Now, what I don't want to be doing is building track that is unused. So, and there you go. Let's make this a policy decision. Any track that gets built gets used. Otherwise, I'm just spending money for giggles. Okay, so this is actually, it's actually a fair shake away from the original building. And have I got any road out here? I've got some that's coming this way. Now, as much as I don't need road to go all the way back to our original town, it's good practice to do so. Yeah. Whatever you just did, I like. Alright, and then we'll fix that there, and then I'll remove a bit of it. Right, that's still there. That can expand in a minute. For now, however, we're back into building a factory and getting a road network up and running, and getting all of that moving around in the way that one would desire. So where shall we go? Because you don't want a factory anywhere too convenient. By this, I mean you don't want it too convenient, such that you can't you can't then build the offices and buildings and flats and all of that kind of stuff that actually enables your town to grow a little bit. Yeah, let's get across both if we can. There we go. And then it's done. Okay, I think we'll go out over here on this spit of land. That looks like a factory kind of a place to me. There we go. And also, factories are the one thing you cannot sell, which is important, because all of the other buildings, no matter how expensive they may be, you can sell them on. And once they start making profit of their own, the value of them starts to shoot up. Beforehand, you will end up just losing money, but once they start making some cash, then you can get some goodies out of them. So everything that you invest early on becomes valuable. It also affects your taxation quite heavily. Let's go as far as that, and then see if I can complete. That's nice. And then again, anywhere along here would be good. No? Yes. Nice. Okay. Right. That's one side of this monster of a station. Can we get to the other side? Well, it's not going to let us do a quadruple level crossing by the looks of it. So I'm going to have to do something clever either with tunnel. And actually, can we do something clever with tunnel? Nope. Nope. Can't build underground road. So I'm going to need to figure out a means of doing a bridge. Up and over, and then we'll go around, and it's a bit of a circuitous route. Will you go down? Yes. Go on, get down. All right. Well, I'll take it because it's gone down, and then afterwards I'll figure out how to merge those together. Any way you like. Right, let's remove this junction. The important bit is that these two make close friends. Crossroads would be good. I'm just saying. The none too subtle "oh no you don't" sound. Anywhere at all? Anywhere in the slightest? Oh, come on, it was going swimmingly. See, just to be able to stick a little humpback bridge in here would be fantastically helpful. I'm not kidding. Fantastically helpful. Alright, what's your issue with this bit of road? Maybe it's not treating it as being completely smoothed out. So if I remove a little bit more, maybe we can we'll have more options. Then again, maybe we won't. It's not having it. It's not. It's just not. It's just not being agreeable. All right. Let's back up a little bit more. Right. I'm going to finish this off, and then I'll get out of your way. Thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. The challenge for this series is to make something that is eye-catching and worthy. We're treating this as a model city building kind of an idea, rather than trying to closely mimic any kind of city standard operations. Let's try flattening that out. I don't believe this is giving me such the runaround here. Let's flatten that bit as well. I might need it. We just spend 600,000 on flattening a little bit of track, a little bit of ground. Yeah, so we're going to try and build something that's worth watching, that's worth something. Right now, I've just got to get over the track, and we're in business. Oh, go on. All right, I'll figure this out while you're away. Thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Yeah, chuck us a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, because that's beneficial. And I'll be back with the next episode in a respectable length of time. Hopefully you're enjoying it so far. Please do leave a comment. These things go a long way. Anything else? No, that'll do. Thanks again. Cheerio.
This